there's a whole, I would say world of people, but there's at least a whole town of people here in Midlow, Virginia, that think that somehow they can keep coming for me. But all your burner phones and all your, trying to smear me as some kind of prostitute by the, pornography of myself that was unconsensual and unknown about. All the ways that y'all have, tried to and are continuing. That's the thing that is the most irksome. I think, too, that the spirit realm agrees with me, and basically y'all's relentless coming for me is going to be the very thing that brings you down completely. Y'all human traffickers, you pedophiles, many women, not just men. Men, we would assume, right? But no, there's women just as nasty. And all of you, nothing wrong with wigs or makeup, but there is something wrong with stolen pretty, the pretty of children that you have had sex with and drank their blood. And other innocents as well, not just children. And your vehicles and your homes and your businesses that have been built off the backsides of others being killed. Or like myself, you thought you would kill me, but I'm alive. But yet you have invaded into my personal space without my knowledge, watching me in every way, shape, or form as I took a bowel movement, as I showered, as I cooked and served and did everything for my family, not knowing that I was in a false marriage for almost 30 years. Then back when I was still a child, I was a porn star even then. And that's how sick y'all are. So I'm sitting at a gas station drinking a coffee outside, and these people who keep coming here, they're all part of this. And some of them look at me with disdain, and some of them look at me maybe just more curiously, and others can't look at me. But I can feel you, and I can sense, and I know that you're all part of this group. And y'all, when I'm at Kroger, y'all come to Kroger, and now this is probably the third day I've come to this particular gas station, and gotten a coffee in the morning. And so y'all are, aware, and that's fine. I'm not hiding, but the way that this is all going to go down is going to be just so, it really shouldn't be taking you by surprise, but it will, because you have gone on for so many generations without being sat down, that as you are being pulled down and sat down and yanked down by the spiritual realm, and you will never ever again be able to do these things that you have done. You will never again build off of the downfall of others. Your trafficking rings will completely stop, and you will be exiting Earth permanently, and I'm happy about it. So some of you still have the nerve to fake smile in my face, or even ask me how I'm doing. How you doing, beautiful? Well, none of you will squirm your way into my life. None of you will be like a boyfriend or friend or anything. I trust none of you, and I will not trust any of you. And you should be able to understand, like, how that I even know the things that you've done is miraculous, quite miraculous, and that I am connected to, something beyond even my complete comprehension. I would say dragon spirits. I would say benevolent, maybe gray spirits. I would say angels and demons like in the Bible. You could use those terms interchangeably, but I'm not connected to anything that requires human sacrifice or that is okay with pedophilia. I'm connected to spirits who think that there's something wrong with what y'all do, because there is. Y'all have broken spiritual laws, and just because you were taught by your ancestors and have been getting away with it doesn't mean that it was ever okay. And that's the thing, is like, y'all have been doing things with knowledge that was learned. I, on the other hand, remote viewed without trying. I, on the other hand, am very tapped in without like even seeking out those kind of things. Through the years, I've just had premonitions and just woken up knowing that, like, you know, this certain lady was pregnant and this certain thing was happening, and that was even when y'all were trying to darken and dampen my intuition. I've always been very gifted. So the true and the false. We've got the true stars with the true gifts, and we've got the false. Every single last thing that y'all have built is coming down. Businesses, trafficking rings, and we're going to discover the remains of the souls that you plundered for your benefit. And then all of your stolen pretty will be seen for the nutty mess that it is. All of you are the level of criminality and just despicableness is so high, yet you walk around with your head lifted high as if you're unaware. But you will be brought to shame and death. And any of these vehicle collisions or anything, any certain way that y'all are brought to death is no accident. And that goes for even the more like stars, the false stars, but the popular singers, Beyonce, Oprah, etc. Rihanna's songs I've noticed a lot lately. They'll play on wherever I'm at publicly, and they're very much about pedophilia. All of that's going to be seen. Y'all have been boasting for far too long of what you do. So this is your complete and utter downfall, permanent ending, and Earth is going to be having a reboot. So as you look at me with contempt and disdain, I am only a mirror, because it is you who actually are contemptuous. It is you who are disgusting. I would never do the things, and never have done the things that y'all have done. But as you try to incriminate me as some kind of sex worker, and as you use burner phones, it's all being tallied. There's miraculously going to be evidence where you thought there would be no tracking. And that goes for my false husband, Tracy Henderson, his possible lover, Alito Melton, aka Agony. I don't have all the details. I don't have to. But I know that basically to have succeeded in Earth by the measure that would be deemed, like honorable, like having a position in the community, owning a business, being a manager somewhere, those type of things, all the way to, being a successful singer or artist of whatever kind, has only been done through unlawful, disgusting methods. And it's time now that Earth is going to have a shift, and the only people who are going to shine in stardom will be the true stars who shine from within. And this way that y'all have gone about, which violates every spiritual law, this will never be done again. So look on, and you can look at me with contempt, and you can be plotting, as you are still. I know that you are still plotting. You're plotting for my complete and utter demise, my death, but you're fools, and it isn't going to happen. It will be you, not me, and I guarantee you that. And when I make these messages, it's a little bit of a warning, but really it's just more for the record, because I know ahead of time what is going to be. And so there will be proof for the people who aren't part of this, but also do not yet know what evil has been befallen Earth for so many generations. And that will just give testament to who I really am, what I really am, and that there is something bigger than ourselves, and that it doesn't matter what we do and why we do it, how we do things, and that there are spiritual laws, and it is far better and greater than the Bible, which is y'all's book, a book that should be banned and burned. But the spirit realm is real, and order and law that are like part of this world cannot indefinitely, y'all have succeeded for a time, but it cannot indefinitely be thwarted and go unpunished. And this is your end. So the smart ones of you will take your life. You just wait until this hits the true public, not y'all's media. When this hits the fan of what y'all have done to me, the first day of it hitting, there will be an enormous amount of mass suicide. That's another thing too, the school shootings and stuff. I mean, I've seen enough footage online. I know I've seen dummy bodies being dragged by the ankle that were supposed to be real. Like, I've seen enough footage from other people who were exposing, and then y'all use the term conspiracy theory, but really so many things are truly have been a true conspiracy. But this is civil conspiracy against me, and it includes every authority, like police, government. It includes my family, whether they are my blood family or not. It includes myriads of strangers who are so jealous of me, of my star energy, of my energy signature, that y'all have been for almost 50 years successful in at least stealing from me so much and having me in such an oppressed state. And a lot of that was brought on and successful because of my conversion to Christianity at age 23. But your end is here. So your end is here. Each one of you, with your bodies and your muscles and your faces that are stolen because you live off of energy that is not your own. And there are children and some grown innocent people, but many children that you have been sacrificing. Maybe you didn't believe in the spirit realm, and you just thought you were kind of going through the motions of offering up this, and this is what we do, and we have these orgies and we drink the blood. But you know, whether you believed or knew what you were dealing with or not, you're about to really be made believers. And it is not Jesus. No. So I see you. I can see you. I see you for what you are. Lady in the red car pulling off. Other lady with the long hair who was just looking at me contemptuously. I see you. And guess what? I am not alone. That's the thing. Y'all think I'm alone. Y'all have put me in a situation to be completely isolated and have no resources. And yet I'm thriving and I'm coming out ahead. And I'm bringing your whole group down. The biggest pedo ring in history. It will be the biggest one. It will lead to other ones coming down. This goes into other countries. And, that doesn't show you who I am. But it will.